And what you're looking at here, I believe, is one of Earth's wormholes. And it's an animation of a flight I made in 1970, and it's the most accurate ever made of a thunderstorm vortex tunnel, is what I call it.
The Bermuda Triangle, often discussed with both awe and skepticism, has captured the public's imagination for decades. This area of ocean, stretching between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, is infamous for reports of disappearing planes, ghost ships, and baffled investigators. Pilots, sailors, and scientists have speculated about its strange reputation, but few can share their experiences from within its mysterious bounds. One man who can is Bruce Gernon. He not only survived an encounter in the Triangle, but emerged with a story that challenges the limits of known science. Into the Fog, Bruce Gernon's 1970 flight.
And this is where something incredible happened when I climbed over that lenticular-shaped cloud. I got caught inside this huge thunderstorm, and there was only one exit that I could get out, and it was a strange horizontal tunnel. So I went ahead and flew through that tunnel, and when I did, something incredible happened that has to do with space-time.
Bruce Gernon was a relatively young pilot in December of 1970, flying a Beechcraft Bonanza A-36 from Andros Island in the Bahamas towards Miami, Florida. Accompanied by his father and a business associate, Gernon expected a routine flight over calm waters. What he encountered instead was anything but normal. As they climbed through a strange, lenticular-shaped cloud formation, an eerie feeling set in. The clouds didn't behave like ordinary weather patterns. They moved, shifted, and morphed with uncanny coordination. At 11,000 feet, the plane became enveloped in a gray fog that seemed alive with energy. Gernon described the fog as unlike anything he'd ever seen. He would later name it electronic fog due to its unusual effects on his aircraft. The fog clung to the plane, surrounding it in a tunnel of swirling gray that seemed to stretch endlessly forward. He noted an absence of static or rain, but a distinct tingling sensation in the cockpit, as though the aircraft was interacting with something electrical or magnetic. His instruments began to malfunction. The compass spun wildly, radio communication became patchy, and visibility dropped to almost nothing. Perhaps the most disorienting moment came when Gernon noticed a small light at the far end of the fog tunnel. Moving toward it, the aircraft suddenly experienced what Gernon could only describe as a jump in space. In a matter of moments, the fog cleared and Miami appeared below them, far earlier than expected. According to flight records, they had traveled over 100 miles in less than 3 minutes. A flight that should have taken 90 minutes was completed in just 45. Ground radar confirmed a mysterious vanishing and reappearance, baffling air traffic controllers. The event haunted Gernon for years. He had not only experienced something inexplicable, but had survived it without injury. His book, Beyond the Bermuda Triangle, recounts every detail and introduced the world to the term electronic fog. Unlike other speculative tales, Gernon's experience was well documented and has drawn interest from scientists, researchers, and skeptics alike. His testimony continues to be one of the most detailed and unsettling personal accounts of Bermuda Triangle phenomena ever recorded. Electronic fog and time storms.
I was about 100 miles from Miami when I entered that tunnel, and only 3 minutes and 20 seconds later, I ended up right over Miami Beach, which would mean I'd be traveling close to 2,000 miles an hour, and that's impossible. And while I did this, I discovered that there was this strange fog attached to the airplane, and I call it electronic fog.
The phenomenon Bruce Gernon called electronic fog quickly became a central theory in discussions about the Bermuda Triangle. According to Gernon, the fog behaved unlike any weather he had encountered. It seemed intelligent, reactive, and charged with energy. He wasn't alone in observing strange clouds in the area, but few described such intimate and prolonged contact. His coining of electronic fog suggested a force not only meteorological, but technological or even otherworldly in nature. In later interviews, Gernon explained that the fog may create, quote, time storms, areas of intense electromagnetic energy capable of affecting the perception of space and time. While mainstream science remains cautious in accepting such theories, some researchers have found parallels. Canadian inventor John Hutchinson's experiments with electromagnetic fields produced levitating objects and even a green fog, echoes of what Gernon described. Although Hutchinson's work has been criticized for lacking reproducibility, it adds a layer of intrigue to Gernon's claims. Gernon also shared details of an internal compass he used to navigate through the fog. Taught to him by a flight instructor, this technique involved mentally visualizing a 360-degree compass inside his mind, allowing him to sense orientation even when instruments failed. This skill, honed through thousands of repetitions, helped him maintain a steady course when his aircraft systems were unreliable. He credits this internal compass with helping him exit the fog safely even when surrounded by complete darkness. While skeptics point to coincidences, illusions, or misread instruments, Gernon insists the experience was real, unique, and transformative. He has flown through the triangle many times since and remains vigilant for signs of the fog. He reports strange mists, radar anomalies, and electrical interference even today. The consistency of his accounts and his decades-long dedication to studying the phenomenon give his story a level of credibility rarely found in paranormal narratives. The Bermuda Triangle's mysterious reputation.
Planes would have problems with not only their compass, but also their altimeter readings. A pilot could get quite disoriented and potentially make a fatal mistake.
The Bermuda Triangle's reputation for mystery didn't begin with Bruce Gernon. Reports of ships and planes vanishing without a trace in this region stretch back over a century. One of the earliest documented cases was the USS Cyclops, a Navy cargo ship that disappeared in 1918 with over 300 men aboard. No wreckage was ever found. The mystery deepened in 1945 when Flight 19, a group of 5 Navy bombers, vanished during a training mission. The rescue plane sent to find them also disappeared. By the 1970s, when Gernon had his experience, the Bermuda Triangle had already captured public imagination. Best-selling books like Charles Berlitz's The Bermuda Triangle suggested supernatural or extraterrestrial explanations. This region, forming a rough triangle between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, covers about 500,000 square miles of ocean. Within this zone, hundreds of incidents have been reported, ranging from shipwrecks to complete disappearances with no distress calls or debris. While some researchers argue these disappearances can be explained by natural causes, storms, rogue waves, navigational errors, others believe the frequency and strangeness of the incidents suggest a deeper mystery. The area is known for rapidly changing weather, strong ocean currents, and magnetic anomalies that can interfere with compasses. Gernon's story in particular stands out not just for the details, but because it involves a complete journey through and out of the triangle with vivid recollections. Many theories have been put forward to explain the phenomena in the triangle. Some blame methane gas eruptions from the ocean floor, which could cause ships to lose buoyancy and sink rapidly. Others suggest electromagnetic interference from deep-sea anomalies or ancient technology, perhaps tied to the legend of Atlantis. Still others propose interdimensional portals or time warps. Gernon's account of a literal jump forward in space and time fits eerily well with some of these theories. Scientific inquiry and ongoing debate.
Using the terminology of today, you would call the triangle.
Well, I mean, this is the oldest fake news story in the world. I mean, like this has been around for a long time, and, people build on it.
While stories of the Bermuda Triangle attract fascination, mainstream science has approached the topic with skepticism. Many experts argue that the number of disappearances in the region is not statistically unusual given the heavy maritime and air traffic in the area. Yet, Bruce Gernon's experience continues to stir interest due to his first-hand detail, consistency, and presence of radar confirmation. His tale is not one of complete disappearance, but of distortion of time, space, and perception. Gernon has pushed for more scientific inquiry into the region and specifically into the possibility of electronic fog. He advocates for further studies by agencies like NASA, which has been using unmanned aerial vehicles to measure storm activity, electrical phenomena, and magnetic fields. He believes such missions could eventually record the type of event he survived, perhaps even capturing the birth of a time storm. The technology may not yet be capable, but the path to understanding is there. One of the challenges scientists face is replicating the conditions Gernon experienced. Unlike traditional weather patterns, electronic fog seems to come and go with no clear trigger. It may involve a combination of electromagnetic fields, atmospheric pressure, and even solar activity. Despite resistance from the broader scientific community, Gernon continues to document his observations and has collaborated with researchers, writers, and fellow pilots. His goal is not to prove conspiracy theories, but to shed light on a region that remains poorly understood. Now it's time to hear from you. Do you think Bruce Gernon truly experienced a time jump and electronic fog, or was it something else? Let us know in the comments section below.